Do you make kale at home? Have you ever made a kale salad? So there's a trick to it to get it texturally palatable. Kale, as you probably know, is kind of hard. So here is some kale. Oh, by the way, I'm Sarah Stovetop, and I'm going to show you how I make a marinated kale and mango salad. And that's the key, marination. You have to let it sit with the dressing on it for a little while so that it kind of softens up these hard, relatively hard to chew leaves. So this is curly kale, and there's all different kinds. There's even one called dinosaur kale, and it looks like the skin of what we imagine the skin of a dinosaur should look like, which is really basically a little scaly, kind of like a lizard. But anyways, I've got a tool to take the leaves off that I'm going to show you. But first I'm going to make the dressing so that it's ready to go, okay? So let's, first of all, I've got a little prep bowl, 2-cup prep bowl. And here are my ingredients. It's 2 tablespoons of a grainy mustard. Now I didn't have a really grainy mustard. I just have deli style mustard, a little bit spicy brown mustard. So that'll do just fine. We're going to put that in. Then we're going to reuse the measure-all cup, the petite measure-all cup for some honey. There's a 1/4 cup of olive oil that goes into it. Some tamari, which is soy sauce without the wheat in it. So tamari is just basically a gluten-free soy sauce, which is really great. Let's see what else is in it. Oh, lemon juice. So I just juiced a whole lemon. So that's going to go in here. And so I just wanted to kind of quickly show you that, and then I'm going to get to, can you see that? Yeah. Okay, so here's the lemon juice. Love this juicer because it actually has a strainer. See that? That keeps the pulp and so here it collects some of the seeds as well. So nothing can get in there, it's just the juice. Here's my 1/4 cup of olive oil. Here is my 2 tablespoons of the, what is that called? Of the spicy brown mustard, but it's also a grainy mustard. Put that over there. I'm gonna reuse this. I just poke this down till I get to the 2 tablespoon mark. And you see that? And I'm gonna put some honey in there. Hold on a second. Got the honey going. So this is going to be kind of a sweet and sour dressing. And what I really like about this salad is it does have elements of sweet and sour in it. So you've got the sour of the lemon juice. Put that over there. And I don't need that for that. So I'm going to use this little guy to get my tamari sauce out. So I need 2 tablespoons of that. What I like about this salad, it's got some fruit in it. And I'm gonna serve it tonight with some smoked salmon that I got at Costco. I went shopping at Costco with a good friend of mine. And I don't normally shop at Costco because the quantities are so big. I can't eat just 2 of us and sometimes 3 when Josh is home. So, it's like too much food, and I don't have the storage for it either. So, okay, so we're adding, the last bit is the soy sauce going in, and let me double check that, a little salt and pepper as well. I've got my grinders with the sea salt in it. This is Himalayan sea salt, and some peppercorns, and I do love these grinders. They're so great. Okay, so I think that's everything. Let me get this kind of beaten up here, whisked. My little whisk, I love my little whisk. Okay, so I'm gonna put that off to the side, and let's grab, so I've already done most of the kale. So here is my awesome tool. See this? This is the herb stripper. And see that gigantic hole here? That is for the kale. So let me show you how it works. I have to sneeze, so I may sneeze in the middle of this. Okay, so you put it around, let's see if I can do it this way. Around put the hole around the stalk, and then you just pull, and it comes off just like that, so easily. Now there is a couple, I mean, there's some smaller pieces that come off like this, and these are perfect. And you do want to get them down to a slightly smaller size. And there's some bigger ones that end up at the very tip. And you just cut those up a little bit or pull them apart. I've got one more to do just to show you. Here we go. Around the big hole and just pulling it through. And there we go. So that's that. I want them bite-sized essentially, because the key is to make sure that the salad dressing marinates every piece. And then I'm gonna use my fingers to like work it through. So a little bit messy. If you don't like a mess, I suggest you wear gloves. But actually, you know what? The oil is good for your hands. So I don't mind doing it. And I just pour it in, and that's all done. And now I'm just gonna use my hands to massage it. It's actually a massage. I wish someone would do that for me. But anyways, this is the salad dressing is fantastic, it's really delicious. And all I'm doing is just moving the kale pieces around in the dressing, and then we're gonna let this sit for, basically 1 to 2 hours, and all it's gonna do is gonna penetrate those leaves and get them really soft, so it'll soften them. Now, of course, kale's really good for you. It's got vitamin K, and of course, it's a lot of fiber. So this is great if you need to get more fiber in your diet. And kale, of course, was all the rage for a while there. You don't see as much of it, but I still love this salad. So my hands are really, here's the salad. It's gonna sit for 1 to 2 hours. And then, let me bring you up here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add to it some mangoes, cut up mangoes, peeled and cut up. And I'm gonna show you a fun tool for that. And then I also add, the recipe calls for cranberries, but I happen to like cherries. So I got the dried cherries from Trader Joe's, which are fantastic. I buy a couple bags at a time because it's great in oatmeal, and it's just great as a snack. And my son likes them a lot, so I have to get a lot of them. And then in addition to that, you can do slivered almonds. I happen to have sliced almonds from Trader Joe's, and these are actually dry toasted. If you got regular slivered almonds and it wasn't already toasted, then I'd say toast them because they taste great. Just adds another dimension of flavor to it. So that's what's gonna go in when we're ready to eat the salad, along with that smoked salmon pieces that I got at Costco. In fact, I was gonna show you that. Here it is. Honey smoked salmon. This is what the package looks like. And it says superfood, high omega-3, gluten-free, 0 trans fat, which is all really good and pretty good price for it. So it's like 3/4 of a pound, and it was $12.36. So not bad. And it's mostly boneless, fully cooked. So I'm looking forward to that as, an addition to the salad. So I'm gonna keep that in the fridge. I've got enough for the 3 of us for dinner. So I wanted to show you, I got in my box, the kale came in my imperfect produce box, and so did these wonderful mangoes. So I'm gonna use those. Serrated peeler. Can you see how it's got kind of a serrated edge to it? Like little tiny, it's gonna make little tiny ridges. And that helps when you're peeling something like a tomato or a fuzzy fruit. But I use it all the time for everything. I happen to really like the way this cuts. I'm not as keen on the regular peeler for whatever reason. Now, just to let you know, this is one of our tools. You have a choice of this or the peeler with your $75 purchase this month. So I thought I'd show it because it's such a great tool and thought you'd like to see that. So let me show you how I do it. Oh, guess who's here? Who's here? Oh my goodness, it's Hobbs. Hello. You know he always wants to come have his biscuit when I'm here. Let's get him a biscuit before we travel on into this journey. Sit. Good boy. All right, there you go. It's time to get more biscuits too. Okay, so let's see how, just real quickly, how I would slice up this or cut up this and peel it. It so easily comes off with this peeler. I just love it. and it makes these tiny little ridges. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see that, but the ridges are great. They grab a little extra dressing if you're, on like in a salad. I just find I like the way this peeler works. I mean, the veggie peeler is fine too, and of course you can use that on this. But I love that this one has kind of dual duty for fuzzy fruits. I use them on kiwis all the time, or peaches if I'm making a peach pie. The days of doing boiling the peaches. Have you ever had to do this for a peach pie? They frequently want you to peel take the peel off. And the way to do that easily used to be bring a pot of water to boil, put the peaches in for like a minute, and then you have to get them out and let them cool a little bit, and then you can easily pull off the peel. Well, why go to all that trouble when you can just use your serrated peeler, right? Still makes the peach pie taste good, so I figure that's all right. So let's get this cut up, and different times of year, the mangoes are different depending. I always like to take a little bit of a cut so that it lays flat on my cutting board, and then you want to go down, you want to make big slices on either side of the pit, and you can find the pit because it's usually, well, I don't know if you can see it from here, but it's usually crosswise like this. So you want to just go down like this. And you can kind of feel when you're getting close to the pit, it gets a little grainy feeling. So here we go. And let's get the other side too. Oop. Sometimes it's a little slippery. So those are the two big halves. And then I just, go down the sides. Usually it's not that, there's not that much there because so you can see I got a little bit of the pit here. So I'll have to cut off that little part there. Okay. So that's coming off, and then just do the other side. And we want to cut these into kind of bite-sized pieces because this is going in a salad and nobody wants to have to cut that much. So I just cut them crosswise like this. Okay? And I'll do the same thing with these guys. I'll just cut them and turn it, and I've got little dice. Well, medium dice. Bite size. Okay, so I'm going to do that with both of them, and I'm going to put those in at the last minute once the salad is done marinating. So that's my quick Tool Time Tuesday. This was episode 89, I believe, of Tool Time Tuesday. I'm Sarah Stovetop, and you are in my kitchen. If you liked this video, feel free to share it with someone you think might enjoy it. If you would like more, subscribe. Hit the subscribe button on Sarah Stovetop, my business page. If you would like to be part of my very special community of VIPs, then join Sarah Stovetop's VIP Club, which I think there's also a link on the Sarah Stovetop business page, so you can get to me that way. I'm also on Instagram, and you'll probably find this video on Instagram. So hey, Instagram people, if you're watching, and thank you for watching if you're watching on the replay. Feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. I would love to hear from you. If there's a tool you'd like to see, if you're like a big Pampered Chef fan and you're like, I'd like to see something, new, I'm gonna be interspersing tools with recipes. Tonight was a recipe night. Last week was a tool week because I introduced the new tools, but you'll find information about those tools on Sarah Stovetop. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had, this was informative. It's a great recipe. My dear friend shared it with me many years ago now, and I do make it quite often, especially when I have such beautiful kale like I got from Imperfect Produce. So thanks so much for joining me. Have a wonderful evening, and see you next week on Tool Time Tuesday at 9:15. Thanks so much for joining me. Bye-bye.